So today I'm going to discuss with you how to make function programs along with the list. Our today's lecture is how to create a function code with the help of list. Okay, how to pass list as a parameter to the function and create the coding. Like in front of you, I have taken one example that I have to create a list, whether you input the list or whether you initialize the list, that is your choice. Pass the list as parameter to the function, and what function should do if your number is even, function should display its double. If the number is odd, that is number is not even, the function should print its half. Am I clear with the question? Am I totally clear with the question, students? All right. So I'm going to make one complete program in front of you. You just pay attention carefully, observe what I am doing. Okay, then I will give you one practice question. Now here in the question, name of the function is not given. So we will try to take that particular name which is suitable to our question. You have to create user defined function, such a function whose name is given by the user itself. Okay, so I am taking the name assign. I am taking the name assign. You can take any other name, but make sure that the name is suitable to the question. Pass the list as parameter. I am assuming that my list is of name L. I am assuming that my list is of name L. Okay, right? Find the length of the list, and whatever length of the list is, assign the length to a particular variable. Assign the length of the list to a particular variable. I have taken variable X. You can take any other variable you want. Beta, up till here, am I clearly audible to everyone? Okay. Now, take the for loop. Take the looping variable and run the loop up till the length of the list. Run the loop up till the length of your list. Right? If, now see, I have taken the for loop of range. I have taken the range function. It means this I is not the element. This I is the index of the element. If index word is not clear to you, I can use other word, position or the location. I give one very live example to you. Imagine your English book, because English is the common subject between you two classes. And on the index page, chapter 1 is some poem. Chapter 2 is some story. So what is the index of chapter 1? 1. And index of chapter 2 is 2. Now imagine your first chapter is not first chapter. It is chapter number 0. It is chapter number 0. And if you are having 12 chapters, That means your last chapter will be 11. 0 to 11, total chapters 12. Is this example clear to everyone? What I want to tell you? Imagine your first chapter is not number 1, it is 0. Similarly, in list, first element is at 0 index. So this I represents index. I hope now the meaning is totally clear to everyone. Yes, students, raise your thumb if the meaning is clear. Okay. If L of I, now L of I means the element. Alone I is index. L of I is element. Right? If element L of I modulus 2 is equal to 0, this statement will check whether my element is even or odd. When I modulus my element with 2, when I divide my element with 2 and remainder comes 0, my element is even. If element is even, if this condition is true, then L of I equal to L of I multiply by 2. I want to print its double now. So I multiply it with 2. Like if element is 2, its double is 4. If element is 4, its double is 8. Right? Else, if this condition fails, that automatically means the element is odd. Right? So element, its half should get print. Its half should get print. If you want to print half, you can divide by 2. You can use here either the division operator, either the floor division operator. That's your choice. Depends how the question has been given to you. When CBSE board, they give the program of list. At the bottom of the question, they give example also that how the output should be displayed. The only difference is when you will give the floor division, it will eradicate the decimal part. And if you are using the simple division operator, it won't eradicate the decimal part. So I will be displaying output in both the ways. Whichever method you want to opt, you can opt. Right? Now, coming out of the loop, print your list. Print your list. This is the function part. This is the function part. But as I am running this program practically, I need to create top level statements. I have to take the list. I have to call the function. Then only this program will get execute. But 12th class, remember one thing. So far, theory paper is concerned. Theory paper, CBSE demands only this much portion. आप ये assume करके चलेंगे कि फंक्शन कॉल किया हुआ है और लिस्ट क्रिएट की हुई है. आपका सिर्फ ये काम है. So far, theory subject is concerned. But as I'm running it practically, so here outside the function in the main part, from where the execution will start, I will initialize the list over here. This is my list. I am calling the function assign and I pass the list L as parameter, as argument. This L is the argument, actual argument. This L which I have passed in the calling of the function is actual argument. The value of actual argument will be received by this L. This L is a parameter. I have a question. Those of you who know the answer, just raise your hand. Okay. This name is L. This name is also L. Will there be any error? I have taken the same name for argument. I have taken the same name for the parameter. Will there be any error? Yes, Maulik. Maulik, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Maulik.
Sir, there will be no error.
There will be no error. Very right, very correct. The name of actual and formal parameter can be or cannot be same. It can be same or it may not be the same, right? So let us run this code. See, this is the new list. All the even elements have been double up and all the odd elements have been displayed as their half. To make you more clear, I do one thing. I print the original list also. Original list L, okay, so that you can compare the change in the original list and the new list. See, first original list I have displayed. Now see the new list. 2 is even number, its double got print. 3 is odd, its half got print. Have you understood the logic? 12th class, is the logic clear to everyone? All the thumbs are not raised. Limited thumbs I can see. Varun Chauhan, 12th B. Are you attending the lecture? Sushant, 12th Science. Are you here in the class? All right. Now suppose I take floor division over here. Suppose I take the floor division. So decimal part will not come. That is the only change you can see. See, both the ways I have implemented, right? Now I go with one more practice question so that list along with the function concept get clear into your mind and you are able to make function by passing list as parameter. Okay. Now I am going to create one program. The program is, listen carefully students, pass list L as parameter, and if number is multiple of 4, find the sum of all such elements and return back the sum. Okay, and return back the sum. So what is the logic? You create a list, pass the list as parameter to the function, find the sum of all the elements which are multiple of 4, and whatever sum comes, return back the sum. Here examiner is focusing on one point. Return back the sum. You are to return back the value to the caller function. To the caller function. Okay. So let us start doing it. I am taking the function name add. I pass list as the parameter. I find the length of the list. I took the for loop. If element modulus 4 is equal to 0, how we can check whether any element is multiple of 4? How we can check? When we modulus that element with that particular number, right? If I modulus my element with 4, so very easily I will get to know if it is getting remainder 0, so I will say it is multiple of 4. If it is not getting remainder 0, simply it is not multiple of 4. Is the logic clear up till here? 12th, be fast in raising your thumb. Your presence means a lot. All right. So we have to find the sum, right? So I am taking S variable, any variable you can take. I am taking initial value 0. Why I have taken initial value 0? I have question from 12th class. In 11th, you have done so many programs to find the sum. Why I have initialized the value with the variable with 0? Who will tell? Raise your hand. Pawan. Yes, Pawan, unmute yourself.
सर बिकॉज रिजल्ट हमारे पास वही आएगा अगर हम जीरो में उसको ऐड कर देंगे अनचेंज्ड रहेगा रिजल्ट
Result will be unchanged.
सर सपोज रिजल्ट जो भी सम करके आया इट इज 12 तो अगर मैं उसको एस वाले वेरिएबल में डाल दूंगा तो वो कोई चेंज नहीं आएगा ना
That's not the clear point. I tell you better. When you are first time taking one element to find the sum, suppose I take the elements over here: 11, 12, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, and 25. So by logic, my first suitable element is 12, because when 12 is modulus with 4, remainder is 0. पहली बार में ये जो 12 एलिमेंट है ये किसी ना किसी के साथ तो ऐड होगा ताकि सम की सीरीज शुरू हो जाए. At the initial stage, my first element will get add up with some fixed value so that the series of sum gets into continuation. 12 plus 0, 12. If I will not take this variable as 0, it may give the garbage value. Okay. So S plus equal to L of I. Now what it means? Sum will be found only of those elements which will satisfy this condition. Sum will be calculated only for those elements which will satisfy this condition. If any element is not satisfying this condition, it won't be coming in the series of sum. Right? Now, he has asked us to return back the sum. So I write here return S. Return S. Okay? I will not print the S here because particularly the examiner has told me to return back the sum. So I am using return statement and I'm returning back the final value of S. Okay? Right? Now here, one value has been returned back. So I need some variable over here which will store the value of sum. मैंने यहां से एक वैल्यू रिटर्न करके भेजी. Now I need some variable which will store that returned value, right? So I have taken the variable P. You can take any variable you want. Print sum equal to P. I hope the complete logic is totally clear to all of you. Manviya, Pavan, Ishpuni, Vidisha. Is the logic totally clear to everyone? Vaibhav, Sukhmani, Varun Chauhan. Your thumbs are not raised. Vaibhav, your thumb is not raised. Are you here in the lecture? Bhavneet, Anushka, Charanjot, Nandini, Sushant, all of you, the concept is clear. Nandini, 12th B. Your thumb is not raised. Mohit, Gunjan, Akriti, Kshitij, Gaurav. Is the logic completely clear? All right. Let us run this program. The function name we have to change here. We have to take the same function name add. See that this is the original list and this is the sum. Now calculate the sum. 12 plus 16 plus 20 plus 24. Manually try to calculate sum in your notebook. 12 plus 16 plus 20 plus 24. It gives the value 72. Am I clear totally? All right. Now I would like to discuss one output question with you based on the function concept. Is the question visible to everyone? Is the question totally visible to everyone? All right. Now what you are supposed to do, students? Open a notebook in front of you and parallel to me, solve the working notes. I am making the working notes over here. On your notebook, parallel you solve the question with me, right? Then only you will get to know the complete logic, how to solve the output questions. Okay. Whatever may be the length of the question, the execution will always start from the top level statements. So in the top level statement, you have seen, I have called the function, okay? And no parameter has been passed. No argument has been passed. Only the function has been called. So I just jump to the function. I come over here. L is an empty list. L1 again empty list. L2 again empty list. What is an empty list? Who will define in simple terms what is an empty list? Yes, who will define in simple language what is an empty list? Yes, Vanshika. Unmute yourself, Vanshika. Yes.
Good morning, morning, sir.
Your voice is not audible,
Sir,
Vanshika.
empty list we can define as. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Vanshika.
Sir, empty list we can define in a way that doesn't contain any value.
A list having no element. A list having no element. Just the empty square brackets. Okay. So let us start the first for loop. Range. What is the range? 1 to 10. Lower limit 1. Upper limit 10. Upper limit include nahi hoti. So my first loop will have values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 will not be included because upper limit is not included in the range function. And all these elements one by one will get added to list L. Right? All these values starting from 1 to 9, all the values starting from 1 to 9 as per this range will get append to L element by element. क्योंकि append function लगा है, एक टाइम पर एक वैल्यू जा सकती है. So initially the L list is having these elements. Right? This is the L list. This list. Now, second for loop. I in range, starting value 10, ending value 1 with -2. -2 का मतलब है उल्टा लूप चल रहा है, डिक्रीमेंट लूप चल रहा है, 2 स्टेप पीछे, हर बार 2 स्टेप छोड़ के, यानी हर बार 2 माइनस करना है और जो भी एलिमेंट्स आएंगे उनको L1 लिस्ट में अपेंड करना है. So in the second stage my elements will be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 up till here. Right? अगर मैं 2 के बाद -2 करूंगा तो वो 0 हो गया, तो ये कंडीशन फेल हो गई. Right? So these elements get added to L1 list. L1 list becomes 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. This is the L1 list. Third for loop. For I in range length of L1. This is L1. What is the length of L1? 5. जिसे यहां तक क्लियर हो रहा है, अब सिर्फ वो बचा थंब रेस करेगा. The length of L1 is 5 और उसकी लेंथ तक ही लूप चलना है. अब 5 का मतलब क्या है? 0 to 4. 5 means 0 to 4. Okay? List L2 dot append L1 of I plus L of I. इन दोनों लिस्ट के एलिमेंट्स को प्लस करो. प्लस करके जो भी रिजल्ट आएगा उसको L2 में अपेंड करो. राइट? सो L1 के एलिमेंट्स ये हैं, L के एलिमेंट्स ये हैं, और जितनी लेंथ L1 की है उतने एलिमेंट्स ऐड करने हैं इसके साथ. सो L2 becomes 10 plus 1, यहां से 10, यहां से 1, 11, 8 from here, 2 from here, 10, 6 from here, 3 from here, 9, 4 from here, 4 from here, 8, 2 from here, 5 from here, 7. This list finishes और हमारा लूप क्या कहता है? जितनी L1 की लेंथ है उतना ही लूप चले, तो ये मेरा L2 लिस्ट हो गया, ये मेरी L2 की लिस्ट बन गई। नाउ कमिंग टू दिस लास्ट लाइन, L2 में एक और एलिमेंट अपेंड करना है। वो एलिमेंट क्या होना चाहिए? लेंथ ऑफ L, that is 9 minus length of L1 की लेंथ 5, 9 minus 5 equal to 4, append 4 at the back side of L2 and print L2. This is your answer. To those whom the question is totally clear, raise your thumb fast. I can see limited thumbs are raised. Manreet, Aditya, Damanpreet, your thumbs are not raised. Lagan Chopra, your thumb is not raised. Jagaraj, Jasdev, Bhumika, Udit Gandhi, your thumbs are not raised. So let us run this question. See, am I clear? 12th Science and Commerce, am I clear?